Shalom, call Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Racha, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who do rule and teach well. Peace and blessings, salutations to the hopefully elect, the sincere, Akim and Akwath, out there listening, learning, keeping the faith and diligence of our Lord Yahweh Shai, occupying in the prophecies, which is the testimony of our Lord Yahweh Shai, until all is fulfilled and Lord will, we are redeemed. So back with the Watchman report. Just want to go into a few things that's going on behind the scenes while the media and everybody's mind is focused on this incoming Trump presidency, which there is a lot going on with that. There's a lot of psyops and enchantments, of course we know, but at the same time, we have to watch always and be circumspect, as the scriptures say, all right, to pay attention to what's going on around the earth, right? Because we know that we're in a volatile time. Things are very fragile around the earth with these different nations and trade wars and tariffs and different things like that, we'll tap into. So now you have the West, all right, NATO and the EU, preparing to send troops to Ukraine and deployment servicemen along the front lines. So while Trump has now got into the cabinet of the president, he's been promising a lot of big things. I mean, day one, he signed a number of executive orders and also rescinded a lot of executive orders that the Biden regime put down. All right, so he's coming in, he's talking big talk. All right, he's talking about renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. He's talking about getting Greenland. Elon Musk, he's talking about Mars and all these different things. It sounds good, it sounds grandeur, but on the ground level, these are the things that people really need to tap into, because we already know that now that Trump is in the office, now it's really go time. Now it's really crunch time, because we see the people around him, having dinner with BG, Elon is there, Dr. Oz is there, and a multitude of other individuals that are surrounding Trump. So we know this, to start off his presidential campaign, that there may be a period of calm, there may be a period of relative peace that's going to come, but we know at some point things are going to jump off the Richter, all right? Things are going to turn up, and it's going to be all hell breaking loose, and it can be any day now, it can really come from anywhere, all right? What's going on over there in the so-called Middle East with the Hamas hostages and ceasefires and breaking any one of those, that right there could be a trigger for Trump to just go all out. I mean, he's already made these statements multiple occasions. So these are the things that we got to tap into through the spirit to stay locked in on prophecy and what's going on in this earth. All right, so we're going to start off right here, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying.
There are active discussions about how NATO nations might deploy troops to assist with the demilitarized zone if one became part of any peace deal and they were requested. This has been reported by CNN with a reference to a European defense official. Perhaps the presence of some NATO troops along Ukraine's front lines could restrain the Kremlin from trying to advance slowly, stated in the material. Alexander Hug, who ran the OSCE monitoring mission on the ground that oversaw the ceasefire of 2014 to 15, told CNN that no ceasefire is perfect. Violations are bound to occur. The key question is what the agreement foresees in terms of sanctions and remedial action. He said that if either side got away with it, you have an open invitation for more of the same. Kaja Kallas, the former Estonian Prime Minister and now the EU's High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, told CNN that from Rome, she believed Ukraine could still win with the right aid. The stakes for European security are extraordinarily high, she said. The scale of hybrid attacks in Europe have already surged, and Ukraine's defeat would cost us far more than aid. Putin has shown a total disregard for international law and cannot be trusted without credible security guarantees.
And see, they continue to go on that smear campaign against Putin when really, when you look at it, the tensions with these wars, Putin has been the most level-headed leader of all these leaders, especially amongst, Western leaders, amongst the beast system. All right, he's been the most level-headed, the most patient, really trying to de-escalate. But, as we saw late last year, they was launching missiles into Russia. They was calling out Putin, saying that he's a warmonger and this and that, when the true warmongers is the beast system. You see, but you see that these Edomites, they're hell bent, and this guy Zelensky, like these Edomites are hell bent on taking Ukraine. That's a war that they refuse to back down from. And Trump's coming in saying that he wants to pretty much end these wars, create world peace. All right, he made a statement yesterday that America has now entered into its golden age. You see, which that would denote, when you enter into a golden age, that would represent the height of your society. Well, we know right now that America currently is not at the height. It's really at an all-time low. So in order for him to bring a golden age to America, he's going to have to bring peace. He's going to have to bring a system in which all citizens of America, which we'll get into this, but in which all citizens of America will feel emboldened, proud to be Americans once again, in which they're going to have to implement new laws, a new system of government, because the old system was corrupt and it didn't serve its purpose, which we all know this goes along with a digital technocracy, a carbon footprint, sea change agenda. All these things entail what Trump was speaking about, the golden age of America, right? But concerning this Ukraine war and this guy right here, Zelensky, let me see here. I just saw that article. Man, it's a lot. You know what? We can just go with this right here, because I thought I had the article up, but I don't know. I probably X'd that out by accident, Salakia. But yeah, it's all good. We can just get this. British troops sent to NATO's front line preparation for invasion by Russia, since thousands of British troops have been deployed to Romania and Bulgaria to prepare for a Russian invasion on NATO in the near future. Now, unless Trump comes in and just ends these wars, right away, things are getting ready to ramp up overseas. You see, as many as 730 Army vehicles and 2,600 personnel will be stationed at the alliance's eastern flank as the war in Ukraine nears its third anniversary. In February, UK forces are moving across the continent by land, air, and sea to join allies in Romania as part of a test on the deployable capabilities. So you see that the UK, they have ground forces, all right? They're moving artillery on land, air, and sea. So a triple threat of military force being moved, across Europe. All right, the operation called Steadfast Dart aims to highlight NATO's readiness to mobilize at speed in case of an attack. Now, when you go here, all right, former NATO chief Stoltenberg on how the world is responding to Trump's return, because right now the rhetoric that Trump has been putting out there pertaining to America's stance within NATO. There's rumors going around that America is going to leave NATO, that Trump is going to, just pretty much exit that NATO union. All right. So Stoltenberg, let's get this right. It says President Trump vowed that the State Department will have an America first foreign policy. Nick Schifrin discussed how the world is responding to Trump's inauguration with Jens Stoltenberg. All right. So President Trump has promised to remake American foreign policy and today vowed that the U.S. State Department will have, in his words, an American first foreign policy. All right. So Trump is already coming out the gate. He's like, look, pretty much if you're not paying into the defense, you're slacky. Okay, here it is. If you're not paying into the defense fund for NATO, then to hell with you. We're pretty much going America first now. All right. This is what I wanted to get right here. Ukraine's Zelensky questions Trump's commitment to Europe and NATO. Let's check this out.
I remember last year's Asia Security Summit in Singapore, the Shangri-La dialogue, and their representatives of the United States delegation openly said their top security priority is the Indo-Pacific region, the second is the Middle East and the Gulf, and only the third is Europe. And that was under the previous administration. And will President Trump even notice Europe? Does he see NATO as necessary, and will he respect EU institutions?
As we just read in that article, Trump is forwarding a America first foreign policy. All right, which when you go here real quick, let's jump to this. All right, Trump taunts and threatens NATO nations, says will punish Spain with 100% tariffs. Now we know these tariffs. This is something that Trump is prepared to put on the table, especially for they say Canada, Mexico, and even NATO allies. All right, if they don't pay into the budget. Okay, France, Emmanuel Macron earlier today came out and said that since Trump has now gotten into the office, the military budget for France is below the threshold. All right, so let's see what Trump has to say about his NATO partners. Let's see.
It's very low. It's very low. And yet, aren't they a BRICS nation?
What?
They're a BRICS nation, Spain. And if the BRICS nations want to do that, that's okay, but we're going to put at least a 100% tariff on the business they do with the United States.
And see, he taunted, saying that aren't they a BRICS nation, Spain? But the funny thing about it is, Spain may very well go with the BRICS very soon, as well as the other NATO nations. Because see, the policies, as we just read in that article, right? Trump, he has an America first foreign policy. So they're NATO allies, right? They're on the front lines of destruction with Russia, NATO, North Korea, and all those Eastern nations. Okay, so if Trump backs out of NATO, it's going to be like, well, damn, this is how the NATO allies are going to think. They're going to be like, damn, well, we done invested all this money, all these resources, all these troops into this Ukraine situation, into the Gaza war and this and that, only now for America to back out of the Union. Now, this is if this happens. We'll wait and see what happens, but this is if America under Trump backs out of NATO. All right, because you have to look at it now. America has destroyed the economies of Germany, all right, Spain, France, all right, Italy, with these sanctions and tariffs that have been forced upon those vassal states, right? Not having to deal with Russia and China as much for resources. That's taking a huge toll on Europe. So much now to where Europe now is pretty much shithole, man. Excuse my French, but Europe ain't looking too good right now. Then you have Trump threatening to put 100% tariffs on nations such as Spain. That's not looking good. And that's not sending a good message to your allies. And that's why, as it says, let's go here. In Revelation, the 17th chapter, Revelation 17 in verse 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast. Now, these 10 horns represent NATO and the EU, all right, which the beast system is the collective West today, all right. NATO and the EU, those collective Western nations, which is the revival of the ancient Western Roman Empire. See, it says, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. All right, now, these 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, they're going to hate the whore. Now, the whore is America. You see? So there's all type of division that's going on right now in the house of Esau, in the revival of the Western Roman Empire. You see, and the rhetoric that's coming from Trump and his cabinet, it's not favorable. What happened? The rhetoric that's going on right now, this ain't nothing but Satan, man. This ain't nothing but Satan. Let's give this a minute here, that it can hopefully boot back up. Come on, man. And this has never happened before. This has never happened. This is crazy, man. Oh, man. This ain't nothing but Satan, man. Salakia. All right, let me see here. Man, can't even do a lesson now. It's like, Satan just got his hands all up in the mix, man. Yeah. So like I was saying, Revelation 17 and 16, the 10 horns, which is the NATO and the EU, okay, is going to hate the whore. European allies to hate. And also, let's not forget about that Nord Stream pipeline that happened a few years ago. You see, they remember all these things. They're seeing that their economies are getting destroyed, and who's really responsible behind that? Because remember that these EU nations, they were in good with Russia. All right, they didn't have no problem with Russia. The only reason why they had to forego the oil and the resources that they were getting through that Nord Stream pipeline, which America destroyed, is because America imposed the sanctions to eliminate any common interest between Russia and the EU states. All right, which this is what? Let's go to Daniel, the 2nd chapter. Right, hopefully this computer don't freeze up again. Daniel, the 2nd chapter, because we are in the end of this current beast system. All right, Daniel 2. And you see what it says here. Rome. Okay, so the 4th kingdom, the 4th beast to rule upon the earth was the Roman Empire. All right, now, of course, we know that the Roman Empire, the western portion of it, had a wound, a deadly wound by the sword, which was inflicted by barbarian tribes coming in and sacking Rome, taking it down in the 400s AD. And the Western Roman Empire, for a period of 1,000 years, ceased to exist. Okay, for that period of 1,000 years, you had different tribes come in, rule over the certain provinces of ancient Rome. You know, a lot of those tribes kept the ancient Roman ways going, but it wasn't the splendor of the ancient Western Roman Empire. Okay, that didn't really come back into effect with the age of colonization and you know, Christianity and all of that being forwarded around the earth until around the 1400s. All right, so from the 400s to the 1400s, about 1,000 year period, the Western Roman Empire fell. All right, then during the period of the Renaissance, they came back. That deadly wound was healed. You see. So this is Daniel 2 and verse 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things. And this iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. All right, we are in the latter end of this revived Roman Empire, which represents the feet and the toes. Okay, but as it says, right, it says in verse 42, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. All right, they're partly strong because of their military might. You know, they got the air game on lock. You see what I'm saying? But they're broken, partly broken because of the philosophies, the difference in cultures. You know, of course, obviously Trump, he's speaking against NATO. All right, so all these things are causing division within the house of Esau. You see, so this is why this is what's going to lead to Revelation the 17th chapter and the 16th verse, that the beast is going that the 10 horns are going to hate the whore and burn his place with fire. So, you know, jokingly, you know, Trump said that isn't Spain a BRICS nation? Well, we're going to see what happens, but Spain may very well go with the BRICS. I mean, we already know that Turkey, which is a NATO ally, they have already expressed interest and are working with the BRICS already. And Turkey is, by the way, is NATO's largest military outside of America. So if Turkey leaves, the rest of NATO, mind you, like I was going into, their economies have been destroyed. And of course, we know also that in you know, so-called Europe, Western Asia, right, that they have a severe population deficit. Okay, over there in Europe, people are dying faster than being born, so they have a negative population. This is why they're influxing all these migrants, just like how it is in America. They're influxing all these migrants into the EU, into America. Slovakia, they're doing the same thing in the EU because they need to replace that population. You know what I'm saying? They're going to need military age men to put on the front lines to hold up that Eastern Front. Okay? So the fact that Trump is saying, let's go back to it if we can. It might be this video. This. Yeah, you know what? We can just I think I'll close this tab. Yeah, it's acting up. So anyway, what was I at? Yeah, we can go back to Zelensky. All right, because you know what we just went into. This all goes into why Zelensky is questioning Trump and America's commitment to Europe and NATO. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Europe can't afford to be second or third in line for its allies. Europe must establish itself as a strong global player, as an indispensable player. Let's not forget, there is no ocean separating European countries from Russia.
Yeah, so you heard your boy Zelensky say, we're not sure of, Trump's commitment to, continue to uphold this NATO alliance. Okay, which very soon, through the spirit, that whole NATO alliance may very well just fall apart, man, because they're not strong. As we just read in Daniel the second chapter, it's partly strong and partly broken, and we're in a time where the Most High, He's bringing about more division than unity, especially amongst the ranks of the Edomites. Okay, so things are very tight right now. Okay, we can go back to Stoltenberg. You see, it says, this is responding to the Trump presidency. It says, much of the world has responded with congratulations today, from the Chinese Foreign Ministry to Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who vowed victory over Iran with Trump's help. Now, I thought Trump was supposed to be the peace guy, but now, Netanyahu was like, we're gonna win over Iran with the help of Trump. So, like, we'll see what happens in the coming months, but things ain't looking good. Okay, Trump, he touted himself as the man that's gonna bring peace to the earth, but ultimately it's not up to him. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately it's up to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And we know that the world is not going to be at peace until these Edomites are taken out the way. So you can expect war to come. That's the point. It says in Europe, there were also regards the new president, but leaders also took the opportunity to pledge change and debate the future of the war in Ukraine. And to discuss that, we turn to blah blah blah. All right, so it says, let's start in Ukraine. Today, President Zelensky made a statement that said, quote, Trump's peace through strength provides an opportunity to strengthen American leadership and achieve a long-term and just peace. Russian President Vladimir Putin said he welcomed Trump's statement to restore direct contact and prevent World War III. All right, so there's different narratives going out there, but bottom line, we know according to biblical prophecy that the Lord, as we saw going crazy last year, that the Lord was raising these nations up to prepare for war. All right, China was in that spirit, still is. North Korea, with Kim Jong-un. All right, let's go to Joel the third chapter, man, because we know that this devil, what the hell? Oh man. What was I at? Yeah, according to Joel the third chapter, the Lord is raising up these nations, man, to do war one with another, because we know that with this Trump presidency, he's going to bring about the MOTB, no doubt about it. I mean, you can just look who he has in his cabinet around him and see that for yourself. All right, so we know that the mark is going to come, and that's going to be a peace and safety measure. And of course, we know the scriptures say that when they shall say peace and safety, then it's going to be sudden destruction. All right, so this is Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. And this is why even in the midst of Trump's first day in office and his second day now, you're seeing these tensions of war happen all around the earth. All right, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Because ultimately, look, this is a time of war. This is not a time of peace. This is a time of war, man. As it says in Matthew the 24th chapter, 2nd Ezra 16, the beginning of wars and, great mornings upon the earth. All right. Let's see. Yeah, this right here too. Check this out. Because Trump also I have to reboot this thing. But Trump to lift pause on 2,000-pound bomb supply to Israel, while the news reports. All right, so during the Biden cabinet, there was a pause on 2,000-pound bombs. Now Trump has lifted that. So now the U.S., all right, the state of Israel, they're about to get 2,000-pound bombs, to pelt the Palestinians and the Syrians and the Lebanese. Okay, U.S. President Donald Trump is expected to lift the Biden administration's freeze on the supply of 2,000-pound bombs to Israel in his first days in office. It says Trump is also expected to reverse sanctions the Biden administration imposed against Israeli settlers accused of violent attacks against Palestinians in the occupied West Bank. So there's going to be more war crimes, more atrocities being committed in the West Bank. And I saw an article earlier as well that said that Israel, they're looking to drastically expand. Okay, they're looking to drastically expand their campaign in the Western Bank. All right, and Trump is going to aid them. And see, we told you that Trump is going to be no different than Biden. Okay, he's going to aid the agenda of the small hats because America is pretty much the BITCH of the state of Israel, man. Okay, whatever them small hats want America to do, they're going to do it. Okay, otherwise this whole place will get shut down, and Trump will get unalive. All right. So they gotta play ball with them small hats, man. All right, now, hold on. Yeah, doctors, nurses shot in Israel's Jenin raid, Gaza. This came out today. Okay, doctors, nurses shot. Okay, which I thought that this whole Gaza thing was about defeating Hamas. You know what I'm saying? Why are you over there, deleting doctors and nurses, man? People that are there to help those affected by this war. All right, so these small hats are going completely crazy over there, man. And with Trump in there now, they probably about to up the ante even more. It says at least 10 Palestinians have been killed and dozens wounded in an Israeli army raid on Jenin in the occupied West Bank. All right, Israeli settlers have carried out attacks and acts of aggression across the occupied West Bank. Now, we just saw in that last article, right, that Trump, let's read it one more time. Okay, that Trump reversed sanctions the Biden administration imposed against Israeli settlers accused of violent attacks. Okay, and these violent attacks are continuing. Right, this is what these settlers over there doing, man. They're unaliving doctors, nurses, civilians. Okay, and Trump just lifted, which I'm pretty sure that it was in place just to be in place, but they were never really honoring that. So they're over there just going crazy in the West Bank, while dozens of Palestinians have been arrested in military raids. So all these Palestinians that they over there dealing with, they're all just a part of Hamas now. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might as well say that that's the narrative because that's the way that they're going about the situation. Right?
LA at around 24 Celsius with plenty of sunshine. A fair bit of sunshine too across the islands of the Caribbean. A few showers over towards the east, but some heavy.
Yeah, Salakia, I thought that was going into a video. Salakia. Yeah, we can close out on this right here. All right, because these Trump tariffs are definitely coming. Okay, and this goes into Revelation 17:16. The beast shall hate the whore. Right.
Members of my cabinet to marshal the vast powers at their disposal to defeat what was record inflation and rapidly bring down costs and prices. The inflation crisis was caused by massive overspending and escalating energy prices, and that is why today I will also declare a national energy emergency. We will drill, baby, drill. We will be a rich nation again, and it is that liquid gold under our feet that will help to do it. With my actions today, we will end the Green New Deal and we will revoke the electric vehicle mandate. saving our auto industry, and keeping my sacred pledge to our great American auto workers. I will immediately begin the overhaul of our trade system to protect American workers and families. Instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens.
And that's that America First mentality that we was reading about. Now, when you look at the comments, how do you tariff other countries? All those will be paid by Americans. Yeah, and that's facts. You know, people are like, watch and learn. Yeah, you know, people are already on to this, man. We're cooked. Yeah, these people are definitely cooked, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't really have an idea of what's really about to happen to them. All right, how will prices go down if imports will have a tariff? All right. So what's really about to happen is that the gap between the rich and the poor is about to be even more profound, because here it is. He's saying that he wants to tax other countries to make Americans richer, but all that's going to do is make the poor poorer and make the rich richer. Okay, because the price of everything that you consume with these tariffs in place is going to go through the roof. All right. So how do you win with this guy in there, man? You're not going to win. It's not set up for you to win. Okay, this is why, we told you that this guy Trump, he means you know well. All right, now he may say some things and do some things that on paper, may seem like it's a benefit, but at the end of the day, he's prepared to do more harm than good, man. All right, he's ready to put a chip in you. All right, with the people that's in his cabinet.
For this purpose, we are establishing the External Revenue Service to collect all tariffs, duties, and revenues. It will be massive amounts.
So you see that? So instead of the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS, which collects tax from the citizens, now there's about to be the ERS, all right, the External Revenue Service, which is, as he just said, to take these taxes, these tariffs, which a tariff is nothing but a tax, okay, on imports and goods, to take from these other nations. All right, so how do you think that's going to go, man? All right. And he's even talking about putting tariffs on NATO and EU members. So how do you think this is going to go? Listen, man, Revelation 17 is about to jump off the pages with this guy Trump. All right. And really the Lord put his spirit on him to be moving like this, because this is what Yahweh Bashem Yahushua wants. All right.
Of money pouring into our treasury, coming from foreign sources. The American dream will soon be back and thriving like never before to restore competence and effectiveness to our federal government. My administration will establish the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. I will direct.
And all these things that he's talking about, the Department of Government Efficiency, which we've gone into that, and also this, ERS and tariffs, all these things are going to be a detriment to the American citizen. But just you wait and see. All right. Because people thought Trump was going to come in and be a savior, But nah, man. See, look, liar, liar, skin orange, thoughts and terrors. All right. So these people are about to lose big time. Okay. You're going to say goodbye to your dollar stores, your McDonald's, and well, probably not McDonald's because they're a big corporation, but definitely these small, mom and pop shops and dollar store, Five Below, Big Lots, all these things about to be gone. Okay, meanwhile, this guy's up there and the economy is worse than ever, and these tariffs is going to make it even more so. All right, so hey, this man has been set up. And through the spirit, I truly believe that Trump will be the last president for America, Babylon the Great. At least that's what we're hoping, man. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, look, we want to get out of here by this year. You know what I'm saying? Lord will, this devil just put that Operation Warp Speed into 2.0 and just ride it out, man. So we can just, boom, 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 hit these prophecies and get up out of here, man. All right, because these devils are losing their mind. They're completely left, man. All the way left. You see? So, yeah, man. With these wars, with these NATO having a evil eye towards America. Potentially America leaving the NATO alliance. With these famines and pestilences and all this stuff going on, man. There's a lot going on. This is why we gotta continuously watch and be circumspect. Let's get that. We gotta continuously be aware of what's going on, man, because otherwise, otherwise, we'll just be out there and not know what's going on. You know what? Let me just the will of the Lord. Ephesians 5. You can get this. Ephesians 5 and 14. It says, "Wherefore he saith, Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahushua shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil." Yeah, these are some evil times, some evil days. All right, this is why it's even more imperative now to, be on your watch. All right, be paying attention to the happenings that's going on within this earth, because everything is significant now. Okay, we're not in a time to where you just see something and it's insignificant. No, we see everything has a spiritual meaning, man. Right, everything is spiritually significant, no matter how small or great that you may believe it to be. All right, that's why the scriptures say to walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. All right, the scriptures say that a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. All right, so being prudent means looking well to your goings, looking to the future. Okay, looking at the things going on currently, and through the spirit, being able to say, hey, you know what? This is going to be something, come down the line, what I'm saying? Because you can plug it up with prophecy and, things develop. All right. But you have to be prudent, man. You have to be wise in these times, man. Don't be just walking around like a fool, just living your life carefree every day, knowing like this is why, as it says in 16, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. Right. Which the will of Yahweh Bashmi Oshai is for Babylon the Great to be destroyed, all right, ultimately for the people here to be confounded, for the rulership of Esau, Edom to be taken down, man, all right, and these days are coming fastly upon us. So with that, Salakia for the screen blackout and that whole thing, Lord willing, this lesson was still edifying, but closing, call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha, Kadash. And until next time, Lord willing, Shalom to the elect, Kom Yasha Allah, and a Bible Ball. Shalom.